Hi and welcome to Rainy Day Crafting. Okay, I'm getting out some new stuff that's probably been around for a while. But what I was thinking is what I'm going to use. This is sort of quite textured, but I'm actually going to do an embossing folder with some dies, which you'll see in a moment. So I've just literally got a sheet of that. I like both sides actually. This one I might keep for a later date because it's almost got like, oh, I don't know, it's very touchy-feely. I don't know how well you can see that. It's obviously got a textured, and that could make nice sort of card. Oh, do you know what? Buttons and things on that could look quite gorgeous. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just cut a piece of this off here with no ado. I only want to go through an embossing folder, so if I just cut a piece, let's have a good look, like that. Like that. I do this all the time. Do you do it on your craft and you do something and then think, oh no, I could do this and that with something else? But anyway, so that I'll keep that. Might be the next card, you never know. So what I need to do for the embossing folder, which I'm going to use this again, I think this might have been free with a magazine, because at one time I didn't subscribe to magazines, but you'd go to the supermarket and think, oh, just another one. So face in where you want it, down, and you're going to be putting it through the machine that way. Okay, so what you need, the only plate you don't need in it, my plates are getting ever so tatty, but not to worry, you don't need that one in, okay, but you do need the base plate. You need this plate, and the top one. And if for any reason it's not doing so well, if you put it on the side sometimes, but you'd always still have your seam that way, okay? Sometimes if you spray them with water, it gives a much better effect. But let's have a little look. Usually it makes it quite tough. I have to do it back just purely for the camera purposes, really. Okay. So that's that. It's not over thick, so I hope it's okay. Do you know what? Not bad. Look at that. I don't know how well you can see. It's taken that beautifully. I don't know which side to use now, but there you go. That's the decision in a minute. So there we have. I put that to one side. Now I need all the plates back in again. So where I took this one out, I need to put them back in. So it's the base plate, this one. It doesn't really matter which way round they go. It's just making sure they're all in there. And then what I'm going to do, these again are an unknown brand. I've always popped one through earlier. Quite a big size die, as you can see. So the card is, can be I'm going to possibly do it as a birthday card, but you can be a birthday card from the dog, can't it? I've got a couple of. I'm only going to do one of these now, but this one's quite nice, like an old English sheepdog, I believe. Dulux dog, is it? But anyway, they're a nice size. But I'm going to use this one today. And I know I have said before, but this is how I tend to store dog paws. So when I have them stacked where I have them, it's quite easy to see. I haven't got them out. Haven't got them in alphabetical order or anything. Anyway, so then what I now need is, I'm going to do it black. I'm going to be popping that down there. I'm going to pop a bit of, this might make it a bit thick, but hopefully it'll still go through. A bit of packaging. Hang on, I'm doing that. I need that with plate on, sorry. A bit of packaging. Like so. It will be tight because that is quite thick in there. But if that's just a tip as well, if you have dies that, if they're a bit intricate and they don't particularly come out properly, put a bit of packaging in and that will really make the difference. And also, if you're putting onto a card or something straight away, a bit of packaging stops then the plate marks coming through too, because mine are quite worn. And what I do is I buy a couple of new ones and then I put this one then to the bottom and have a new one on the top. But I've been doing this for years and this is only my second set of plates, so Anyway, let's go back to this. We can put this out the way now. I don't think I need it anymore. Because the rest of the bits is I've sort of done what I've done earlier. So just bear with a minute. Let's just pop that there. Right, now for the card. Okay, pokey tools required. Sometimes you can just put that out of the way. See, some of the little eyebrows have fell out, but I don't need them because what I've already done, I've done the same procedure with in white. Okay, so this is really quite an enjoyable, I don't know, do you like jigsaws? Because I quite like jigsaws, and to do things like this is really quite enjoyable. So that's his nose and things. This should come out of there quite nicely. Obviously his tongue's a bit black. So yeah, that's simple. Everything's come out as it should be. I think that's, yep. So it's, because I put it through there too, that does make it much easier. So now what we're doing is, I would probably, because I've already put that out there too, I would stick this to this. So with no ado, a little bit of sticky specks. You know, I think this is about time this bit went in the bin nearly, although this side's all right, because I use them and use them and use them until there's sort of almost like no stick left on it. There. Don't know how well you can see that, but they're stuck on there quite nicely. So, hang on, which way around? Yeah, I'm having him as sort of the black dog. Whoops. See, these sticky specks does allow you to, hang on, let me just. Doesn't want to stick on there at the minute. Hold on. Just get it. Sometimes it's always a little bit more difficult with the overhead camera. But anyway, fingers crossed, we're okay. Oops. I think it's pretty much so. Let's put a little bit of those back under the side. In between. Oh no, it's already stuck. So what I'm going to do, put this out the way. See the little eyebrows, so that if you are doing all this, you need to sort of keep the bits together. So this size card, because it's basically that size embossing folder. All right, so I was going to do it on a bigger card and leave it more inside, but anyway, but what I only want, I don't know which side I like the best. I've actually, here's a couple I've done earlier in different colours, to be fair. There's that one, and there's that green one. So do you have a preference? But I think I might just do it this colour. So the door handle's there, so which way do I want it up? Because that'll be at the bottom. So maybe, no. Yeah, I might end up, because I want this to be sort of down the card. So what I'm going to do, where's my big scissors? I think it should cut quite nicely in the groove, because I don't want it to look. There you go. These long scissors, if you invest in a pair, it does give you quite a nice edge. Right, now as far as the card, remember I only want this sort of halfway up. It's just where the door handle, but I could put the happy birthday greeting over there, because I shall be having this on here. Okay, yeah, so this, first of all, let's now cut this in half. Oops, this is where you got to be careful, because of I think for easiness, I'm just going to use is, oh, I don't know. No, I might not do that because it might pull it up back to some double-sided. I'll hold it together too. Some double-sided tape. I just want to make sure it is where it's going and hold it in place. I can't remember which side I was going to use, but anyway, this has made the decision, hasn't it? Obviously, you could do it in card, which would be a bit thicker, but I just liked the idea of using up some of my papers because I have got a few. I really think that one that I then looked at to use part of the page, I think I might make that maybe my next card. So, although I do want to do some sewing on here. I think I've only done one, some gingerbread toy, like. Oh, do you know what I'm going to do? Because I don't want to. Don't think that light going on there. Okay, let's just pull this off here. Make sure your card's open in the way you want it to. Pop that. Neatly as you can. If you wanted to, you could put another piece on there just to make it look like the top of the. Yeah, that might work quite nicely. Just make sure it's exactly the same. Should go over that handle. So it gives it a little bit more of an edge to the door. There we go. Now, this is then going to go literally on there. It just fits, actually. I forgot about when I was putting that edge on. But that'll be okay. So now, sticky specs on the back of that. Like I say, probably nearly getting to the point where I've had enough. Obviously, you don't have to do this 2 layers, which made it now sticky. It's going to separate a bit because I don't want it to fall off. But there we go. Now, obviously, you don't want this to fall off, do you? So, you know, fiddle for a while. Maybe even leave it like overnight. There we go. So now, oh, must use some glue on there. That's stuck down there a little bit. Let's pop that back on there, out the way. That's all rubbish. Now, then we had, if I bring these into the picture, these are ones that I cut out earlier. So all you need to do, bit of glue. This is where the jigsaw element comes in. And in it go. The other side. Like I say, when you're poking these out, just make sure you keep all the little bits. If you do lose any, all you need to do is run it through again. But, whoops. See, my fingers have now got the sticky spakes on them a little bit. In there. I ran it through earlier and just did the red tongue. There we go. His nose. And where he's got all his eyebrows and things like that, I have got them here actually. but I might just leave it because obviously it'll pick out the white bits from the back of the card, won't it? But if you're feeling fiddly, put them all in. Don't feel you have to go and rush out and get this. You know, just if you've got another die that you can paper piece, this is just, as I say every time, this is just giving you some ideas to move you forward in some crafting, because sometimes we do get, oh, what should I do? What should I make? What can I do different? And it's also looking at, say, your embossing folders in such a way that, you know, yes, that's a door, that's your whole of your card probably, but if you want to, that could be half a door, and then we've got exactly what we've just done. Anyway, is he or is he not gorgeous? Then all I'm going to do, you know, I love this stamp that I've got, happy birthday. So to save time, could have done it in that colour. I've done the happy birthday and I've just run that through a little stitch die. So cut them off. And so now, maybe like that with some double-sided tape on the back, which I'm just going to do, or on this actually. So it fits quite nicely under that ridge. You could put it at the bottom, I think, so it then sees there, and let's just pop it there. You know, put it there. I could have put that one out there a bit, so it brought the card together a bit, but I don't want to take it off again. So there we have a, I feel, lovely card. Till the next time, thank you very much. Leave me a comment, subscribe if you'd like to, if you've watched me to the end, and thank you very, very much for watching. Take care.